Hello everybody. So, yesterday on the 14th of December, I was looking for some people to squad up to finish up another best squad wager I had going, but basically my entire Discord that was online was off to the races. And no, I mean that literally, they'd gone to Dita's racing events. So I figured, what the heck, we'll see how far I can get with just random puppy squad mates. And if I pull it off, great. If I don't pull it off, whatever. I was already 4 or 5 stages into it, so I was at least into profits no matter what. So I pulled out the good old 5.7 lineup. I know some of you are tired of seeing it by now, and some of you can't see enough of it. But, like I've said before, it's my favorite. So here I am with my random squad mate who happens to be in a Tiger 1. And he's barreling off in the direction of the southern flanking spot of the B point here. So I figure, works for me, I'll come alongside with you there and we'll shoot all the things we can shoot. And I slowed down here for a minute to let him catch up. And then figured, well, alright, he's coming along. The Tiger 1 can actually move pretty quickly when it gets up to full speed. So I'll shoot up there, get into position, start drawing their fire and distracting him, which will allow him to catch up to me. So that was what I was thinking here. And by now, right about here, I am focused eyes front on the artillery, on the B point getting captured, and where I'm trying to drive to hide behind these trees. So I have not noticed yet that he stopped behind me. No big deal at the moment. Honestly, I thought that as close as I was to him here, it would still be close enough to get teamwork for kills, but as you'll see in just a second here, it's not quite. So we're pulling up, you can see an enemy T-34 driving in front of me here, and an IS-1 or 2 coming up. My squad mate kills the T-34, and we're not close enough for teamwork. And so I figure, alright, well I'll move up a little closer and shoot this IS-2, and we still don't get teamwork. So this is where I notice that he is back behind me. So I start backing up to try and get back to within distance of him here. And of course, you know, Panther reverse speed isn't really gonna work. I took 2 simultaneous hits there. One of them, I think, knocked out my transmission. The first one, I'm not sure. It might have done nothing, but regardless, the second shot killed me right away, so that was an unfortunately missed opportunity. But I came back in my Panther A, and I'm going to ask him in a second, why did you stop? It's not that I was angry at him. I was more just kind of, why'd you stop? Why didn't you just keep going? We were heading down to that southern flank spot on the B point. But I mean, I wasn't mad, it was just kind of, how come you didn't just keep going that way? Like, we were, whatever. Anyway, I'm trying to get back to him as quickly as possible here, and you can see he's repairing, so I'm trying to hurry back in my Panther A, because while we don't have best squad yet, I can actually get some best squad points from repairing him. Repairing a squad mate, of course, is going to get you squad points. So that's what I'm trying to do right here, trying to get back to him as quickly as possible in my Panther A. I was going to say Tiger A. In my Panther A. And he stopped his repair to back up behind the bushes because he's taken a whole bunch of hits. It doesn't really bode well. I'm still trying to catch up to him quickly as I can get there. And I don't know if he finished his repair or if he'd stopped it to move back, but he pulled up ahead again and started taking hits again immediately, of course, because there's like 6 enemies here. Right before I can get to him, I take a hit that breaks my left track and finishes off my engine. I shot a blind shot over the hill there at whatever had shot at me, hoping to hit it in hull down, but I didn't get anything. He got knocked out right there, and I am now stuck in position here without any ability to move or shoot. And is there anything more just than when you're stuck in one spot and like 5 enemies have their gun sights on you and it doesn't matter if that you've got smoke out. There's at least 3 of them just blapping away at me here in a 40-second repair. Blah. The only good thing about it is I'm taking a bunch of score, which doesn't even help me towards researching anything, but finally, mercifully, a shot gets through and finishes me off. So I decided there's a little bit of a jump in the video because I tabbed out and I started playing a YouTube video in the background because I thought, alright, well this battle's no good for a video. So by the time I came back in my Virble, unfortunately my squad mate got blapped out of existence right in front of me by an AC-4, and you're about to see some hilarity with the Virble Vind here. As I said in the video title, there will be no further verbal warnings. So the AC-4 gets knocked out by that Tiger right next to me. Good work on him. He also knocks out the T-3485 that had already killed me both times previous. And I'm driving up in my Virble, and what do I see but a PT-76. Now, I assume he's shooting APCR there, because otherwise I can't think of what other round he could have fired at me that wouldn't have outright killed my Virble. And what do I see up ahead of me but a box tank? That was a little bit scary. I couldn't get through his frontal angle armor there on his ship turret. So I just put a few rounds into him to mark him, drew his attention over towards me, and then got the heck behind these bushes, and he actually got killed. Now watch this right here. This is great. 1 and 2. So we've now taken out a T-3045, an AC-4, an SC-100Y, a PT-76, a second PT-76, and an ASU-57, all right encroaching up on our spawn. That was glorious. I was so happy. Myself and those 2 Tigers down there wiped out at least 6 enemies that were encroaching right up into our spawn there. That is a moment that makes me happy on the inside. Now, I'm hearing airplanes going over, and I'm trying to track them. I finally see this guy. Watch this. This is the craziest kill with my Wirble in this battle right here. Just the end of the clip that I had loaded, and I actually hit him with, like, the last couple rounds that I fired. Then I detect this IL-10 coming on in, and you can hear other airplanes are still flying over. It was, the airspace got a little busy in this battle. Now watch this guy's bug-out maneuver just at the right moment as I was tracking upwards on him. Couldn't swing the guns and raise the guns fast enough to get hits on him as he flew over, but thankfully he missed with his rockets. So I track him back up in the air. Here he comes back around on me. This time I'm ready and waiting on him. And crit out his engine. So that bodes well. For me, at least. And what do we have here? We've got a P-47 coming in. He hits out my gunner with his MGs. And then doesn't commit fully to a rocket attack, which was good for me. But pay attention to my gunner switch out right here. Gunner is switched out. Gunner is dead again. Thankfully, I was moving in the right direction, and there's the IL-10, I think, trying to suicide bomb me as his engine was shot out, so at least I got a kill there. And was moving away from his bomb drop. So I survived that. Got another airplane coming in, can't find it. It's this P-47 again. He missed me with his rockets again, but I ran out of ammo. I should have shot my guns empty, but I didn't want to shoot them empty at that point and be stuck reloading. So I figured better to have some ammo in the belt and be able to kill something. But anyway, not a bad run in the old Virble Vind. 3 ground kills, 2 air kills, and an assist. And we had totally cleared out our southern spawn of enemies, so I wasn't too mad. An ace battle in the Virble, and we weren't done yet. So coming back in my always beloved DO-217E4 with that wonderful bomb load. The only way it could be better would be if you could drop all 4 bombs individually, but that's an arcade thing, and that's okay. So we have now turned this battle around. I thought this battle was over early on, but we've taken the B point, we're taking the C point, they're taking the A point back. So I tried to line myself up for a bomb run on A, but as you'll see here, I couldn't actually see anything in all the smoke and sunlight. There's an enemy shooting from the right, but I couldn't see him in time. And as I'm heading towards their spawn, I see somebody shoot, so I drop bombs on him. Now, I've said over and over and over again, I don't like killing people in the enemy spawn. But if you're sitting in the spawn and shooting out of it, I've also said multiple times that that takes away any restrictions that I personally put on myself for killing people in the spawn if you're going to do something like that. That legitimizes your target status. And here I come back in on these guys. I've got 3 good targets, so I did a double tap bomb drop there with my last 2 bombs, expecting 3 kills. I did manage to get 2. The IS-1 must have been moving just fast enough to get clear. I thought I would at least track him or burn out his engine, but oh well. So we're all out of bombs, but we've got a 20 mil nose cannon, so I'm coming back around to line up and strafe him to mark him for my guys at C, who he's driving up towards. So the nose is a little difficult to get into position here on the 217E4, and just as I get lined up on the guy, I get hit by the ZSU-37. You may recognize that name. He's the T-3485 that's killed me twice. I did kill him once in my 217E4, though, with the bomb, so he came right back, of course, in his ZSU-37. And then I came back in my Tiger E, and I actually meant to spawn up north to go and help them fight back against the IS-1 that was coming, but it didn't. When I changed my spawn to the C point, I was still set as my TAW 152 C3, so when I switched from that back to my tank, it re-randomized my spawn and made me spawn in the south, which was a non-issue, really. We had plenty of guys up north at the C point, and even though the IS-1 is getting a couple kills, there's still plenty of guys up there to do something about it. Now, because I had a YouTube video playing on my secondary screen, that's why you're not hearing the in-game chat going off, because I re-recorded the audio here from a replay, because unfortunately, the audio was over the top of the gameplay. So that little bit there where you saw my Tiger from the replay file, that was where I tabbed out because the first YouTube video I was watching on the background had finished, and I switched over to another one. But I think the transition between the Tiger E from the gameplay and the Tiger E from the replay was pretty seamless, if I do say so myself. Just barely missed that Hurricane, but thankfully he also missed me with his bomb run, so I just kept right on going because I figure, well, he's dropped his bombs. There's not much else he can do to me now. And I'm just kind of heading roughly towards the A point, halfway between A and B, to see if I can find any more enemies left here. Now that's kind of a funny little error in the replay audio. As soon as the 6-2 shot down that Hurricane, the replay told me enemy has been destroyed, like as if I killed the Hurricane. I didn't kill him. I didn't even get an assist on him, as you'll see here in a second when I switch over and check the score. I've only just got the one assist, which we know I got with the Virble Vind. So, I don't know exactly what happened there. I did hit the Hurricane, but I certainly didn't kill him. So I'm driving up towards the A point here, take a follow-up shot on that P-47 running away. The enemy team's capturing the C point, so I had turned north to head up there and help them back, and he gets taken out. So now I spin around and just figure I'm just going to sit here and watch the approach up to the B point, and almost like on command, they start taking the B point back. Spot the first guy, see a second one, and just as I'm lining up to track on him, I take a crippling hit to the front of my turret from an M18 on the ridge up at the eastern side of the A point. I could see he hit the smoke from his gunshot, so I backed up as far as I could to start repairing, and then marked where he was. I marked the targets I was about to shoot at the B point, and then I marked this heavy tank that's suddenly marked, killing my teammate SPAA, just to the north of me at A. And, yeah, all I could really do here was mark targets, keep my repair going, and wait for, hopefully, to be able to repair my Tiger and then move back into A here. Our guys cleared out B, and they started taking it back, so B, thankfully, is no longer an issue. There's the M18 knocked out who was moving in on me, so thank you once again, Lou Madivalk on in his Tiger there. I've really appreciated that, because that freed me up to concentrate on the heavy that was marked near the house on the north side of A. And there you can just barely see him. I lined up to get a shot at him, couldn't see him through the trees, and as I'm pulling forward, you'll just catch a glimpse of him going behind the house there. So I moved up here to get to a spot where I can have a clear shot through these bushes, and naturally, as soon as I get into position and stop, beautiful side shot on this M6, but by the time my gun stabilizes, he's facing towards me. Tried to hit him in the 45mm shoulder armor there, but I missed a little bit low, and I thought I was done for from his high velocity 76, but thankfully a Tiger, or a Panther A, was coming up behind him and blipped him out of existence. Very appreciative, I was. Then I get MG'd by an M16 up here in the A point, which I thought was kind of funny. There's not really much else he honestly could have done as I was driving right towards him, but I did find it funny that he started shooting at me frontally with his 50s. Also, I'm not sure why the replay didn't catch all my MG sounds there, but... So hit him, pulled up again. This time I had a better sight picture on him. And this is why you probably should bring 1 or 2 HE rounds in your Tiger, or even heat, to do better squash damage against light tanks and SPAA. But What's this? Why, it's my old friend in his ZSU 37. And again, heat or Hesh would be really nice here. Or, I mean, heat or regular HE, not Hesh. I decided I would just push him out of the cap altogether because he's pretty disabled here, but then my gun reloaded and I figured, let's try one more shot. That did finally kill him for my 9th kill of the battle. You can see a little hole there in the side of my turret from the M18's shot. And then I'm backing up wondering, wait, I didn't see that M16 get killed. Where the heck did he run off to? And then he answered that question for me by shooting at me. I don't know what else he really could have done. I mean, he was pretty much trapped and the battle was pretty much over. But I did appreciate him shooting and letting me know where he was so I could finish him off for my double ace kill of the battle. And then we finished off the recapturing of the A point, and I was very pleasantly surprised at how this battle ultimately turned out. It looked pretty bleak at the beginning. Now in the chat here I say I kind of wish I had recorded this one. What I mean is I wish I hadn't tabbed out and then been watching YouTube videos on my other screen and so on while I was playing, because if it had been a clean audio and video recording, this would have been a much better video. But all the same, not bad in the results. But that's why there's no audio right here either, because the YouTube audio was still playing. Anyway, 2 air kills, 8 tank kills. I unlocked a new camouflage from my Tiger E, so that was a nice little treat at the end on top of everything else. 85,000 lions almost. Didn't make the best squad wager, but I still had the best squad wager going. But anyway, pretty healthy sampling of awards there, and you'll see the same names a couple of times back and forth there. We ended up killing each other 3 times, me and 13 Vano 13 there. So GG to him. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and we'll see you all next time for more War Thunder. Have a great rest of your day and or weekend, everybody.